Today we are going to study the first topic from your economics book, and the name of the chapter is Definition of Economics. In this chapter we are going to know the definitions of different great economists and the nature of economics. Nature of economics will be explained in the next video. Let us begin with the definition of economics. The word economics is derived from two Greek words. One is oikos and the other is nomos. Oikos means household and nomos means management. Thus, economic means the efficient management of one's household affairs. As human beings are the social animals, and their actions are influenced by the actions and reactions of other living things in the society. Similarly, human activities are so diverse, so different, that a single social science cannot describe it. Thus, different branches of social science is trying to describe the very activities or the actions which the human beings are taking place in the society. So, different branches are like economics, politics, ethics, civics, etc. Many more branches are there. As you can see in this page, there are 4 types of definitions provided to us by great economists. Number 1 is Adam Smith. Adam Smith have described or defined economics keeping the motivation in mind, that is wealth oriented motivation. Next is Lionel Robbins. He have described about the scarcity oriented. Here the scarcity is about the natural resources. Next, number 3 is Paul Samuelson. He have described on the basis of growth oriented. And the last one is J.M. Keynes. He have defined economics in the most modern way. Adam Smith is known as the father of economics. In his book, An Inquiry into the Nature and Causes of Wealth and Nations, it was published around 1776. In this book, he have described that economics is nothing but a science of wealth. He is telling that economics is the science of wealth. He have also further described in his definition, I will like to quote his definition: the study of nature and causes of nations' wealth. According to him, it is a subject related to production, wealth and using it. Here the main motive he is trying to explain is the commodities or the goods which is being produced by the government or by the nation or by the country, and then it is being sold, and the money which is being earned, it is only related to goods. And he have totally ignored the matter of service. He have not included in his definition this service term. For that he have been criticized also. He have also stressed in one more important point, that is human desires are always increasing. Every individual's desire is increasing, and that desire is can be fulfilled only by wealth. So he have tried to express it in a new term, that is economic man. He have quoted this new term, economic man. This is self-interested person he was trying to explain by this term. That means a person who is always thinking about his own desire and trying to earn money and trying to fulfill it. He have quoted this term, that is economic man. Next, scarcity oriented definition is defined by Lionel Robbins, a professor. He was residing in London. In his famous book, An Essay on Nature and Significance of Economic Science, it was published in 1932. You can understand the gap. Adam Smith is explaining us in 1776, and the next most popular person we are getting in 1932. In this matter, in his definition, he is trying to, first let us quote the definition. Economics is the science which studies human behavior as a relationship between ends and scarce means which have alternative uses. Here in his definition, ends and means are the resources and ends are the wants. So he is trying to explain that human wants are unlimited. If you will just fulfill your one want, and then the next want will just come alive. Like for example, today if you are thinking that it would be better if you would get a gel pen, and as you will get a gel pen, the next day you'll start thinking that if I would get a gel pen of some other color, that would be better. So here he is trying to say human wants are unlimited. It is having no limit. As you will fulfill one, the second will arise. But in the society, in the nature, the means are the raw materials. These raw materials are limited. If everybody will start thinking that whatever want that person is having can fulfill it, it is impossible. From there, the economic problem arises. This is the main thing he's trying to explain. So, in order to arrange this or in order to control this, what each human being should do? Each human being should arrange their wants according to their preferences or importance. Suppose I demand I need a car, that is also my want. My second want might be I want a dress. My third want can be I want a house. My fourth want can be that I want food. So according to the importance, if I don't have a car, that will also not hamper me. I can live without a car. But if I don't have food, then I'll die immediately. So in order to live, we will need house, we will need food first, then we need clothes, then we need house, and then we need car. Like that, here Robbins is trying to say that we have to arrange according to the diminishing order. What is needed first, what is most important, what is the priority that is coming first? Food, that we have to keep at the top. Then the next one that is less important, maybe dress. Then the next one will be house. Then the last one will be the car. So it is coming in a diminishing format. At the top is the most important, at the last is the diminishing, that means the least important. So if the first one is not completed, that is going to harm our identity. But if the last one is not completed, that is not going to hamper us. This is the main concept of Robbins. Robbins have also added that means or the resources is having multiple uses. For example, land. If you buy a piece of land, somebody can think that that person is going to cultivate. Maybe the other person is going to think the same piece of land, if he will or she will get, that person will make a house. Or maybe the third person, if anybody will think, they will try to make a school. Robbins have further added the last point, that is economics is a way human beings are solving their economical problem. It is a human effort and a systematic knowledge or systematic thinking. As we are arranging our wants in a diminishing format, we are trying to cope up every day with the economical problem and trying to solve it in our own way. Again, Robbins is also criticized by many of the critics, saying that Robbins have always told there is a scarcity or there is less means of resources, which in the society can rise economical problem. But he have forgot that there was a great depression in 1930s. It was not for the economical crisis, it was due to the surplus of goods. So there is this kind of matters also, which Robbins have not fully satisfied, or in a true sense it could not be applicable. Next, growth oriented definition is given by Paul Samuelson. Samuelson in his definition has stressed upon the same point as Robbins have done, that human beings are having endless wants, but there is limited resources in our nature. But he have added one more important thing, that is sustainable development. We should have the proper choice. The problem of choice is trying to describe that we are not able to understand or not able to choose the resources properly. Like for example, we are not able to understand which is a renewable resource, which is non-renewable resource. So we have to first decide that our wants or our needs can be fulfilled with the natural resource which is renewable. Non-renewable resources should not be exploited or should not be diminished by us. Next, one important term he tells us is sustainable development. As we all know what is the meaning of sustainable development, it means using the natural resources in such a manner that our future generation is also able to use it. We should not use to such extent that the natural resource vanishes from the nature. For example, the consumption of coal. Once the coal was being utilized for as a burning fossil fuel, and people used to cook with it, then the train used to be run with it, but the coal was not being made by the nature so fast the way we were using it or consuming it much more faster than the nature was able to provide us. So the coal in nature was diminishing or getting less. Next, as the human beings understood, they thought of some other alternative and have reduced the use of coal. Thus we can see the coal now also present in the nature. So this is sustainable development. Sustainable development is use of natural resources in such a manner that it does not get extinct or vanished from the nature. It will remain in a usable position for our next generation or future generation. Again, we can say that Samuelson is also criticized that he have not added the service sector. He have not added this point of service sector, and he have also not considered about socio-economic political factor which is affecting human beings. He have told about the wants and demands, sustainability, but few points remains untouched by him also. Now J.M. Keynes. Now Keynes have divided economics broadly into two categories. As you can see in this picture, Lord Keynes have divided economics into two broad aspects. One is macroeconomics, other is the microeconomics. From the term itself, you can understand micro means small. Here in micro, they are discussing about individual income, or maybe individual services and individual profit. They are discussing about this, and macro is discussing about the entire nation's income, nation's input, nation's output, the price value in the market. They are saying about this greater aspect. Next, we are having the nature of economics. So in our next video we are going to study about nature of economics.